Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys all of my unfinished series / trilogies. This is gonna be a very long video. I hope not too long for you guys, but I can't really tell you how long it's gonna be, so be aware right now. This video is to show you guys how much series I have not finished, but also to kick myself a bit in the butt and to keep reading more. So without further ado, let's get started. The Grisha Trilogy, I have read Shadow and Bone and Siege and Storm. I do not own or read the third book, Rune and Rising. I really want to read it soon, but I've seen it many times at the bookstore, but it's in hardback and I really want it in paperback, and I don't know why I can't find it in paperback. It's just like it's too complicated for the booksellers to put hardback and paperback of the same book, so they just put one of them, and it's more expensive. Okay, I don't want to pay $20 for a book that I could pay for 10. The Darkest Mind trilogy or series, I'm not sure, but I've read the first one. I really liked it, but I thought it looked like a bit the Shadow Me trilogy, so I was like a bit scared to go into it. But I do want to continue into reading the series, the other one which is Never Fade, and the third one I think is In the Afterlight. Really not sure, but I do want to finish it soon because I read it in like March and I really want to continue the trilogy. The Noughts and Crosses series, I read the first one, which made me bawl in tears because of the ending. Because of the ending, I don't really want to pursue in the series because I don't know what's the point of it, but I'm still gonna try. The Delirium trilogy, and I've read the first one, Delirium, and because of the end, again, I'm not sure I want to read the second one and the third one. If you've read it, you know why I'm like a bit confused of what's gonna happen in the second and the third book, so not really sure I want to get into it. Because I had the chance to take and read Pandemonium once, but I kind of hesitated and put it away, so I'm gonna see how that goes. The Shiver Quartet, because I read this book a really long time ago, in November I believe. It was for school, so stickers, but I really enjoyed it, although it was a schoolwork, and I really would like to pursue in the quartet and read the other book, Messenger, Gathering Blue and Sun. I really would like to read them because this book was really interesting. The way it was written, the way the writer wrote it, it was really impressive to see that he had that kind of thing in thought, that he had that kind of idea. Not sure how I should say that, but not sure. My neighbor is again watching me. I don't like that. Could I like pull up the curtains? There might be less lights. I'm sorry for that, but I just hate that when people watch me. I'm gonna forget that, okay? Just gonna pass over it. Okay, the Rain duology or trilogy. I'm not really sure if it's a duology or a trilogy. I know that The Storm is out right now, but I don't know if it's a trilogy or a duology. But I've read that one. I really liked it. I read for the Worldwide Book Club and I really enjoyed it, and I really want to read the second book soon. The Divergent trilogy, and I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna be like, what the hell? But I know the plot. I know someone spoiled me the end, so I know everything. I know what happens, so I don't want to read it. It's like I'm not wanting to read this book. Well, I've read Insurgent, but I've not read Allegiant, and I know the book. I know the entire book because someone spoiled me, and I don't like that. So if I'm gonna read it one day, I really don't know. We're gonna see sometime in the future. The Percy Jackson series. I've started the first book. I've been to page like 100 and I stopped because I've seen the movie, and the fact that I've seen the movie before reading the book, and the fact that I saw the movie before reading the book, I don't know why, but every time I read a book, shut up. Every time I would read a book, I would be like, well, I've seen all of this, like, we can move on, please. But when I see an adaptation of a book to a movie, it's not the same, so it's just my mind. But yeah, I need to read it because it's really good, and it's just that I really need to get past the first book, I guess, because all of the other books look real interesting. So yeah, Dorothy Must Die. I read the first book, and The Wicked Will Rise. I've not read it yet, and I'm not sure if it's a trilogy or a duology. I believe it's a trilogy, but yeah, I need to read the second book ASAP. The Burn for Burn trilogy. I don't have Burn for Burn physically with me because I passed it to one of my friends, but I have Fire with Fire, which is the second book, and I really want to read it because I absolutely adore the first book. It's about revenge, friendship. I really liked it, and it had a bit of paranormal at the ending, and I heard that in this book we get to know more about what happened at the end of the first book, so I really want to read it soon. The Half Bad trilogy. I've read Half Bad really a long time ago. I think in October. Half Wild is out, and I really want to get it because I really want to read it because the story was really interesting. The Shiver Quartet, and I know it's not the word for, like, it's like the wool of merciful, something like that. I really don't remember. Yeah, I've read the first book, I've read the second book. I need to read the 2 other books, but I'm not sure where I am in the series. But I believe that I'm on the 3rd book. The Silence Duet. I'm not sure if it's a duet, but I believe that there's only 2 books out for now. I read Silence as an ebook last year. It was really a long time ago. I wanted to read the 2nd book as a paperback, but I heard that it's not available in paperback, so I gotta buy it as an ebook, and I don't really want to spend money on an ebook, so I'm gonna have to find a way to read it somehow. The Maze Runner trilogy. I read the first book, and I was a bit off with the book because it was written at 3rd person, and I'm not really a big fan of 3rd person, but I really liked the storyline, so I think I'm gonna read the 2nd book, but I'm not really sure. I would like to read it before the movie comes out, because if I see the movie before reading the book, it's not gonna work. But we're gonna see for that. Not really sure. To All the Boys I've Loved Before, Do It. To All the Boys I've Loved Before, Do It. I read To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and I really liked it. And the 2nd book, P.S. I Still Love You, is out. It was out in May, I believe. And I really want to get my hands on it because I really want to know what happens, because the end of the first book was a really big cliffhanger, so I really want to know what happens next. The Fallen trilogy. I wasn't a big fan of the first book, Fallen. I thought it was a bit cliche because the fact that there was a great angel and a bad demon with the angel girl was a bit cliche, but I still want to know what happens next because the ending of the first book was a bit weird. I didn't understand everything. It was all over at the same place, so I was a bit confused of what was happening. The Mortal Instruments series, and I know, please don't hate me, but I'm not a big fan of 3rd person writing, and in the Mortal Instrument it is. I didn't really connect with Clary, even though she is really, I really love her as a character. I really like the way she thinks and the way she acts, but I feel like when you write to 3rd person, you put a wall between the reader and the first character who... So yeah, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna read the next books, but I'm gonna give it a try. I really didn't like the movie adaptation, but this is not the book's fault, obviously. So I'm gonna give it a try soon. The Twilight Quartet, and I know that a lot of you will be like, Twilight? Ew, no. But I read the first book and I really was amazed by it. I was impressed that I really did like it because honestly, Bella's character in the book is way funnier and quirky than in the movie. In the movie, she looks a bit more shy. She doesn't like her character in the book, so I think I'm gonna read the next books, but they won't be really in my top list. The Fifth Wave, I don't know if it's a trilogy, a duology, or a quartet, I don't know. But I read the first book. It was really long to read about. I didn't enjoy all the parts, but I still read it till the end, and I kind of enjoyed it. And the end is a cliffhanger again, so I really want to read the Infiniti, I think. So yeah. And finally, the Viral series. This book I read, I think it was really a really long time ago. I think I was like 14 or 13 when I first read this book, and I've read the first book, Virals. I'm sure it was Code, I think. The third one is, I really don't remember the names, but I've seen the fourth one out in the bookstores, so I really want to go and read it because the story is really amazing. So that was it, guys, for this video. I hope it wasn't too long for you guys. Give it a thumbs up if you stayed until the end of this video. And yeah, I'm gonna see you soon with a new video. Goodbye.
Can't see me through my tents. I'm riding real slow, and my paint wet, dripping, shining like my 24s. I don't got 24s, but I'm on those Vogues. That's those big white walls, round them 100 spokes.